Hello, welcome to the Projection Project. My name is Rain. I'm your super awesome, epic, and cool host. And today I have back with me Estelle.
Hello.
Woo!
Yay.
How do you feel to be back?
It's amazing. I love it here.
How also do you feel to be the first episode to hit 100 listens?
Oh my God, that's amazing. No, I am very proud.
Proud mom moment.
Yeah.
You were here on the second episode, and now it's going to be the 11th episode technically, not including the gag reel. It's been a hot minute. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Lots of Marvel content, there's new Harry Potter content, keeping us all fed.
True. And with that, the new year, we did indeed get new Harry Potter content, as Estelle mentioned. We got that wonderful Scrumdiddlyicious 20-year reunion. Yay! Clap it up.
Finally, it's about time.
Do you think we'll get like a 30-year reunion?
How many do you reckon will be alive? Because there was so many who weren't there. I wanted to cry.
Okay, I didn't realize that many people had died.
That's what I mean. I want to, but I'm also not wanting to.
That's so sad. Like, I was like, I only knew of like maybe like a couple people. No, I knew
of 3.
I knew of Alan Rickman, Helen, I forgot her last name. I was forgetting her last name. Right. Helen, the one who plays. Wait, I'm sorry. What is it?
No, I was trying to say it, but I don't think I know.
It's like McCrory.
Yeah, McCrory.
McCrory. There we go. And then I knew the guy who played Vernon Dudley. And then one of the trolley ladies. And then Richard Harris. That was all I knew.
I only knew 3.
And then they were showing all these people and stuff, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I didn't realize that the guy who played Ollivander had also passed away. I'm like, this is sad.
I know. Almost cried at that part.
Yeah, I think that was the only part that I like almost cried at, because I didn't realize how many people had passed away. It's really upsetting.
Yeah.
It was like
cry though, that did like bring tears to my eyes, I think, because you can see how much everyone means to her. And how much the franchise still means to her, really.
Yeah. Okay, quickly going back to the passing away thing, I think it's also kind of sad and like not strange, but kind of strange. I don't know, that upsetting. I guess also that it all kind of happened over the span of like 3 years that a lot of people passed away.
Yeah.
I think they also included people who were on like crew and stuff too. Which I think is really nice. Yeah.
It's they like really take everyone in consideration, and it really is like a big family for them.
I like how we're just kicking this off, making it really sad. Woo!
With the Harry Potter reunion. Yay!
I'll cry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely going back to what you said about Emma, I definitely agree that it's really obvious to tell that everyone was really close on set, and because they had such good memories, and they were like, oh my God, I forgot that it happened, and then they were laughing and just kind of bonding over old memories, and I thought that was really cute.
And even the behind the scenes videos that we got shown, and even ones that are already released, you can really see the joy that they had filming those films.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And then they talked about like people that they had worked with, and then I like that they got to, it wasn't just like the original trio where they got a lot of the cast back. There were tons of people I wish could have been there.
Yeah, me too.
Who do you wish would have been there?
Honestly, Helen. And oh my God, I've literally forgotten his name. Snape actor, totally
Alan Rickman.
Alan. Okay, let's do that again. So I wish that Helen and Alan were there, but they Obviously couldn't, but I would have loved to see them talk about their characters once more.
I also wish that the man who played Remus, I never know his last name, but his first name is David. I really wish he would have been there. And then the woman who played McGonagall, I know it's like
Maggie.
Yeah, it's like Maggie. I know there's like something in front of Maggie. I knew her last name was super basic, but yeah, I really wanted her to be there. But obviously I know she said once in an interview that she loved being in the Harry Potter franchise, but she felt like McGonagall wasn't one of her best acting jobs. Like she felt like she could have done better. But
Really?
I personally love her as McGonagall. I think she did a really good job.
No one else could play her. I will say though, all of the casting was actually really good, and they all grow up looking like how I would imagine them to grow up looking like. So I feel like that was like a hit and miss type thing, because like they could have all grown up looking completely different, but they look exactly the same, and they all look like their characters.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You want to know what I feel like? They got a lot of people back, and Julie Walters. That's what I was gonna say. Julie Walters, the woman who plays Molly Weasley.
Yes. Oh, the way Bonnie talked about her was so lovely, though.
Yeah, they talked so high of her at the reunion, and that made me so sad to not see her. She was the only Weasley other than Percy who was not there. But also the thing I liked about it is that the cast talks so highly of each other now, because Emma was talking about how good all of the other women are doing and how they're really good advocates.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so lovely to hear, that even like smaller roles, that they're good friends, and that you really look up to them and things like that. It was really nice to hear, because since they weren't at the reunion. Also, I know they brought back tons of people, which was awesome, but I feel like some of them, like, we barely got to see, or we barely got to hear any of them. From any of them.
I agree.
Who would you say we barely got to hear from at the reunion?
Ivana, but I wanted to hear more from Bonnie.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't get to hear much from Bonnie, and
I don't know his name.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to stop, and I was like, what?
No, I'm trying to think of his name.
Oh my god, I know his last name. The man who plays Dean, his last name is Enoch. I should have looked up all their names beforehand. He was barely shown, and he was barely talked about. He barely talked also.
He had 2 scenes.
And also even Matthew and Nat, he barely Neville was it talked a lot in all the movies, and he also barely talked as well. Also, the man who played Arthur Weasley, I don't know his name.
Did he even talk?
Yeah, he talked a lot about casting for the Weasleys and Molly Weasley and the Weasleys with Harry. He talked a lot about Weasley stuff, but yeah, I feel like he didn't talk very much. Stella's brought up a good point that okay, so let me specify this, is that I watched the reunion the day that it came out, right? And Estelle just watched it this morning. It's been a hot minute.
But I want to talk about how Emma was about to leave.
Yeah, and it was towards the end too, or middle. When did she say that?
Was it
Half-Blood Prince, Order of the Phoenix?
I think it was Half-Blood Prince, or maybe it was Order of the Phoenix.
It was one of those two movies, so it was towards the end, middle.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit taken back by that.
Yeah, I can't I'm really glad she didn't, and
oh yeah,
I'm really glad that they convinced her to stay and everything, because I think she would have gotten so much backlash if she left.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't if she did end up leaving, but I'm really glad she didn't, because she is the perfect embodiment of Hermione, in my opinion. Even she admitted she genuinely thought she was Hermione, and it's because she was Hermione, and she did an amazing job at portraying that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have devastated a lot of fans. Like, I obviously there were people who would respect her decision, but I think the media would also be like, would eat it alive, like, and they would keep reporting on it for forever. And then people would hold the new Hermione so like up to such a high standard.
Oh, they would ridicule her.
Yeah. So I'm glad it didn't happen, for a lot of different reasons. Um, I can't believe I forgot that that was said. And
Yeah,
I'm really glad that like, wasn't it Dana Rupert that convinced her to stay?
I think it wasn't it both of them? We
Yeah,
should
I
really be
think
looking back at this and check.
yeah, I you literally just watched it and you're like,
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think she told both of them, and I think it was Dan who convinced her to stay.
That sounds like Dan would do.
Um, but I'm really glad that the trio has such a good friendship. And I'm really like the talks that they had, they're like how they would just sleep on each other or they would talk whenever they needed advice. That was so cute.
It like it warmed my heart.
It really did. Like, because we don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. Like, we see like the bloopers and like pictures and like some videos, but we don't get to hear a lot of like stories. And it was fun to hear the stories and what they personally experienced and the fun and the troubles that they had as well. And I really appreciated that.
Oh, 100%. It was almost like they were saying that they like, so when you look at them, they're really big celebrities, and them kind of saying when they had their struggles, it was like, oh, we forget that they're human sometimes, and they were sharing those good and bad experiences with us, which is exactly what the reunion should have been about. And I think it was really well done.
Yeah, I do. I really liked the reunion. It was what it needed to be. Um, yeah, it was what it needed to be. Point
I
blank
needed
period.
to see it.
um, plus everyone was so excited for it. It made people so happy that it was happening. Okay, what do you think of people not wanting to watch the reunion because they thought that JKR was involved?
Very good question. And honestly, if that's what people really believe and they do not want to watch it because of her, that's their decision. But I will say they are really missing out, because it wasn't just about JKR, it wasn't just about Harry Potter, it was about their friendship, the memories they made, the life experience, how it was a family, it was a safe place, and how so many people have come together over this franchise. And I will say, I don't even think JKR was in it that much, but it was really beautiful to watch, and I really do encourage others to watch it, and they shouldn't not watch it because of one person.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the company who decided they were going to do the reunion said that JKR was not involved in this, and that I'm pretty sure a lot of the actors said that they wouldn't come back if JKR was involved in it either. But in case for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, like Estelle up until now, they take old clips of her talking in the beginning about like casting and her coming on set for the first time and anything like that. It's a lot of it is like casting talk and her really liking Daniel Radcliffe as Harry. It's a lot of like the first 20 minutes of her talking, and they're clips from 2019 of her talking for Warner Brothers. I think in London. You can tell that they're older too. They're not new. Yeah, I think her hair is a different color now. Also, she looks older now because they're like 3 years old. Oh, also the in the reunion, you can tell that obviously actors have come out saying if they support JKR or not generally. And in the reunion, you can generally tell who still really supports Rojo and who doesn't. Like Ivana talks really highly of her.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
And the man who plays Ruby as Hagrid also talks pretty highly of her. A lot of people know him he like stands with her like really highly, so people really don't support him anymore. Also he's really old as well.
Did
But
Tom say anything? I literally can't remember, but
I don't
believe
think they
he
showed
did.
any clip of him talking about JKR.
I'm really glad.
But yeah, no, you can really like the only yeah, that was like those are the only two that really stood out to me that really talked really highly of her still. Maybe other ones like they just mentioned her in conversation, being like, wow, she came up with this world, that's crazy, or wow,
Yeah.
like like anything like that. But no, like Ivana and I can't remember his fucking name. They like really talk highly of her.
Robbie.
Oh, Robbie, yeah.
Hagrid, yeah.
Yeah, Robbie and Ivana talk, yeah, just on like a different level about her. But I get why Ivana does it, but even after everything, she still like doesn't see her a different way.
Yeah. Have you heard the conspiracy that Joe didn't even write it?
Yes.
That she stole it?
Yeah, it's yeah, that's something else.
Yeah, we're not getting into that right now. That is a whole nother like episode on its own.
Conspiracy theories about Harry Potter. Oh, also, we like got the twins a good amount. Like they talk a lot about the Weasleys, but there's also like I also feel like we got very little of them as well.
Yeah, I feel like we saw them a bunch, but they didn't like no, I had a really good sentence there.
Like they were like they said stuff, but like it was like tiny clips of like interviews. That was like it.
They didn't get an opportunity to really discuss what I think they wanted to discuss, like their characters, what they did on set, like because they're twins. Like they would have had so much fun on set, and I'm assuming they did.
Yeah. Plus, I remember seeing clips of I think Oliver. No, it was James. Clips of James running around set, like being a crew member, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then I remember seeing clips of them like messing around on a scooter, and I'm like, "What?" So, what did you think about the reunion? Talking so highly of shipping Tom and Emma.
Oh, okay. It's a bit to unpack. I think everyone got a bit of a shock because I believe what everyone was saying was that Tom really liked Emma and just always has, and Emma never really liked him and stopped liking him 2 years ago or whatever, something along those lines. And I got a bit of shock. It's just a bit awkward.
I thought Emma was engaged, but apparently she's not. I'm
Oh my
so
god, when
lost.
Rupert said, we gotta talk about when Rupert said I love you to Emma. Oh my god.
But no, that made me laugh so hard. I love you as a friend.
And then Emma's just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, because Rupert's married and has a kid. No, their friendship is so great.
I love that. Okay, going back to the ship. I was under the impression, and I believe this was from TikTok, that Emma never really liked Tom when they got older, but Tom has always liked Emma. And it was a bit of a shock when I learned that Emma liked Tom. And now that I think about it, it would make sense that Tom wouldn't have liked her back then because he was 3 years older than her. But I do see why Emma would have liked him, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, did you hear what she said? How he described God? A chick on a skateboard wearing a cap. That is, that's cool.
Plus, like, yeah, young girls like would be upset. Plus, like, he was like cute. Like, it was like a young girl's like whenever his hair was not slicked back and bleach blonde. But it was like he's like at that age, he's like every like young girl's like perfect boy.
First crush kind of.
Yeah, first crush. I don't know how to explain it. I was literally once a young girl too.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I had my first love. Yeah, also I found it kind of, I thought people like the reunion was gonna be like, oh my god, I don't know. I just didn't think the reunion was gonna be like, and now we ship Tom and Emma. I just thought it was really it was weird.
It was a little bit.
Also, another thing I really liked about the reunion is how they talked about their how they were teenagers on set and people were constantly dating and they were constantly
hormones.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, so basically it's going through puberty on a set with all your friends that you met on set, and you're dating your friends on set, but then you break up with your friends on set. That would be really awkward.
Yeah, it's it made me laugh to hear about them as teenagers though, like because in reality they're acting as teens, but they have their own lives as teens.
Yeah,
it was nice. This is one of the few series that have teens actually played by teens, which I think is really nice.
And they grew up on set with each other. Oh, imagine being able to do that. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, I really appreciate series or anything where they're teenagers who are actually being played by teenagers, because otherwise I find it like annoying or like irritating.
It's also unrealistic though, and it's not. I don't really want to watch something with like a 30-year-old playing a 17-year-old. Like,
yeah, and I could go into a whole bunch of reasons why they do that, but I'm not going to.
We don't have time today, but tune up for the next episode on Brain's podcast.
And next episode, listen to child labor laws. Oh, who was your favorite person to see at the reunion?
Emma. I haven't seen her in a long time, I feel like, because she's a bit dormant, and her Instagram isn't run by her anymore, and I haven't really seen much activity from her, so seeing her again was really like almost refreshing.
Yeah, basically Harry Potter set the golden trio set for life. Like Rupert doesn't act anymore really, and Emma stopped acting a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah,
which sucks because she's a great actress. And I would see Dan just acts in like the craziest stuff he can now. Because he can.
It's the whole vibe, yeah.
But even before he's been on Broadway. He's a really good singer. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, he's been on Broadway. He's been in like musicals and plays. I watched another movie where he wasn't a crazy role. I watched him in Now You See Me 2. The Now You See Me movies are really good.
I've seen, yeah.
And then I know he was in like Frankenstein and then Kill Your Darlings, which I also watched. But now he does
Olsen.
with Dane DeHaans.
With Elizabeth Olsen.
No, yeah,
Elizabeth Olsen.
Listen up, Estelle. Dan also, now he just acts in super crazy stuff, and he's been in like crazy shows and crazy movies. I know that the clip of him being in drag is super popular.
Oh my god. Don't even bring that up.
But yeah, I know a lot of some of the other, obviously Helena's super popular as an actress still. Gary Oldman is not really that popular as an actor anymore. I have not really seen him in a whole lot recently. I've seen him in other stuff, like other movies that are from a while ago.
But not recently.
Yeah, a lot of them I feel like are like really nonchalant, like with their acting, or kind of stopped acting, or aren't in a lot of like big things anymore. Because the only person I see everywhere now, I'm so sorry, is Jason Isaacs. I see that man everywhere now. Because he's in Sex Education, I think. And he's also
Is that the third season?
I've never seen it, but like I saw a clip of him and I was like, that's Jason Isaacs. I know it's like an all English show, I'm pretty sure. So it's all English actors, and obviously Jason Isaacs is English. So yeah. And then I saw him like there was a commercial on TV, and he was on that commercial for another like hospital type beat show, and I was like, this man is everywhere now. I mean, go you.
I'm not complaining.
He's a good actor. But
don't touch anything, Draco.
Sorry, father.
Do you remember when like it went dink?
Yeah, I can't believe. Oh my god, I can't believe you heard Tom.
Tom would have just. Oh, I would have bawled. I would have just been like, oh.
Honestly, yeah, I liked the relationship that they had. It was cute. I think my favorite duo to see other than my favorite people to see other than the Golden Trio was Helena with like anyone. It was so funny. God. Perfect.
Dan, favorite duo.
Right, and she's like, I still have my teeth. What? You still have your what?
My teeth here.
Yeah, and she's like, they smell a bit funky, and I'm like, of course they're gonna smell funky, Helena.
They're like 30 years old.
And you can't wash them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can wash prosthetic teeth or like old dentures. I don't know if they're dentures or like prosthetic teeth.
Definitely not hers.
But because I was like, you can wash like retainers, but that's not a retainer. That's fake teeth. No, but they, those two were really funny. And then the fact that Helena had an old letter of Dan's.
And then she brought up that he's older now.
And then they could get together.
She is honestly so funny.
Yeah, I've seen her in like interviews too, and she's just so charming and so funny.
I would love to work with her.
I feel like she'd be super fun to work with.
Yeah. And she's a really good actress.
Yes. God, I've seen her in so much stuff. I didn't realize. Oh, they even mentioned this in the reunion. Oh my fucking god! In the reunion, that the kids didn't realize who they were working with.
Yeah,
they were working with. They were
such
working with such popular, crazy, good actors and like really big names, like Maggie Smith, Alan Rickman,
Helena, all the rest of them.
Yeah, Gary Oldman, Helena Bonham, or oh my god, Helena. I always mess up her whole name for some reason. Bonham Carter. There we go.
Yeah.
But those are huge names, and Ralph, the guy who plays Voldemort, Fiennes.
Oh, and Helen, what was it? McRory?
I think so.
She was.
Jason Isaacs was also kind of a big name too.
Yeah.
Basically, all the adult actors were huge names.
Well, I do remember in an interview, the director did say that they picked the adult character actors, whereas the children, they just got everyone to audition. It was more like because for the children,
because it's harder to find kid actors.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that they literally found Dan from a movie that they were watching.
Yes, I know. That is bizarre. Like, he didn't even go into audition, and they were like, no, this is Harry Potter.
Yeah, no, they said they had a whole bunch of auditions, like couldn't find him. They watched the movie and they're like, we need this kid. And then his parents were like, absolutely not. And then they convinced them because they literally got seats right next to him and his parents at a play.
Yes, that is kind of creepy.
That is creepy. But
I'm glad though, because Dan is Harry Potter. Like,
Dan is a perfect casting choice.
Yeah.
God, Dan is also a great actor. Great actor.
Also, they really did do Tom Felton dirty when they made him look that bad when was it the prologue of the movies when they were sending their kids.
Epilogue. Prologue is before.
Oh fuck! Epilogue.
And the epilogue.
In the epilogue, they did Tom Felton so dirty. I'm like,
it's a good meme. It's really funny. I laugh at him probably every time.
He has a low ponytail of white hair.
That's, oh god. And the funny thing is I like how Dan was like, at least we all don't look like how we looked in the epilogue.
Actually, Dan don't look too bad.
And neither did Emma. And then they're like, Rupert, you committed, you put on a fat suit. No,
It looks like that now.
The only person who looked terrible was Tom.
Yes, it's because of that fucking hair. What was that? What else did they do? Was it like really bad?
They like made his face really fat, like on the bottom, because his face was really skinny, like whenever he played Draco. And no, but they made like the bottom half of his face super fat, and then they made his hairline so receding, probably from bleaching his hair a lot. But
yeah, well, Draco doesn't actually bleach his hair, only sometimes.
But I'm like, what did you do this? Well, how come everyone else is okay except for him? Okay, any last thoughts then?
In conclusion, I think the reunion was definitely something that I needed to see. It was really well done, and I'm so glad it came out sooner rather than later, because I have been waiting.
Yeah, it was nice to see everyone together, truly. Yeah, to be honest, I think that, how I asked in the beginning of the episode if we're gonna get like a 31 or anything. I don't really think we're going to get like another one of these.
I think this is gonna be the only one.
Yeah, or maybe one with like all the younger cast, maybe like a reunion of like all the younger cast. Not the adults. Yeah. They could probably do that. And that's about it. But
Will they have like a golden trio one in the next 20 years?
But and then they'll be like, you remember at the first reunion? Harry Potter. No, just kidding. Overall, didn't cry with the reunion. It was what it needed to be. Point blank, period. That's it.
Yes, I definitely enjoyed the reunion, and it was much more than what I actually thought it was going to be.
Well, this has been this episode where we talked about the reunion. I almost said let us know your thoughts as if this was a YouTube video. Let us know your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe. Goodbye. No, just kidding. Click this video over here for another awesome video. I would be a terrible YouTuber.
Yeah, I'm not a good YouTuber either.
I think my editing skills would make the videos way funnier if I were a YouTuber. Or it would be like shit editing that it would be like it's so bad that it's so funny.
I can see that so bad that it's funny, yeah.
Okay.
Or it's so bad that it's sad.
But yeah, this has been us talking about the reunion. Don't try to comment on Anchor or Spotify.
Work like that.
But yeah.
This is Estelle and Rain signing out.
Yeah, this is me and Estelle signing out or whatever. Thanks for hanging out with me again. I forced her.
No. I know this. I got told about this yesterday.
Plus the time zone with us works so well. Anyway, goodbye everyone. Make sure you kiss. I was gonna say kiss your animals, but I was like, you kiss. I'm leaving that in. Well, make sure you kiss your pillow. Do the pillow method. Goodbye.